one probably final try for this challenge today. Unless I die in ring 1 again. Stealth 5 for minor bosses, spikes 1 for all enemies, and 5 deadweights for our deck. Let's see. This time we're Melting Remnant, Little Fate again. We start with the Wicked Blaze, Prismal Dust, and Hallowed Drippings. Prismal Dust can be nice. Resin Block and Commemorative Spikes. Let's take Resin Block. Jack Strips and First Hell Pact. Ooh, yeah, First Hell Pact. Jack Strips is good, but First Hell Pact is really great. I'm gonna go with Lil Icarus again, because this time we actually have damage shields and First Hell Pact, so we can actually protect her and kill stuff. And we are up against not just Clergyman, but Mark of Invasion as well. We do have the Shade Splitters this time, not the Blinks. So that makes these a bit harder to deal with. Do we just farm spikes here? I don't think we can. If we do this, we could apply 6. Actually, 6 damage shield is kind of ideal, isn't it? So Little Fate dies exactly to the last hit of the Clergyman. In the back there. The main problem is how do we deal with the boss? We have yet to find out. Oh, we have the good reform available as well. I think we should take it. 6 health. We can take all the hits here and Little Fate exactly dies again. That is perfect. This is going very well. We have a super strong Little Fate on the first floor. Let's bring her back again. Now this is a bit more difficult. If we put her up here, she will burn out next turn. Actually that works out. It's a bit awkward. We can't play the Hallowed Drippings. Otherwise she stays alive too long and with too little health. She needs to burn out now so we can actually reform her next turn. I hope we get the reform. We have to. Can feed her some morsels before she goes. And then we bring her back this turn. Put a bunch of damage shield on her and win. She burns out before the boss dies. But that is fine. As long as we survive, that is all we need. We now have a super buffed up Little Fate. Spikes 39. That's almost enough to kill frontliners at this point of the game. Now the question is, how do we go from here? We do want to keep her alive, sure. Reform her. Maybe we can add in some rafts. Maybe we can add some drip falls. Maybe we can add some healing, although she's not gonna get to enough health most of the time. Draft with the resin block just seems pretty straightforward. Immortal Trade is probably not how we want to keep her alive, given how little health she has. Pairs of production could help. Deal with the potential Ember Drain plan or put the Prismal Dusts up. I'm gonna pick it. We can't rely on her alone, but we can rely on her quite a bit. I'm gonna go with spell upgrades and relics. Mind checks and shade lamps. As well as golden vault. Maybe we go golden vault. Mind checks is pretty good. Makes the middle floor a great setup spot. Shade lamp is also not bad. But we can't use those morsels that effectively. It's golden vault though. That is absolutely fantastic. Do we just wait for a value stone? We can wait a little bit. We can try for a little value stone at least twice and then maybe buy the cost reduction here if we don't find it. We don't have damage spells, so we can't use the power stone. I am gonna go for a cost reduction on the Wicked Blaze. There is holdover. I think we just go for this. That means we don't have to worry about reforming the wrong target at all. Enemy spikes don't matter that much. But haste does matter a bit. That kills these two. Oh, nice. That kills the final one, right? No, the morsel dies to the Conduit Infiltrator. Kinda think we need this Prismal Dust still. No. What we do is this. 3 more damage shield. That is actually a bit unfortunate. How do we keep her alive now? We need Shade Splitters for that. Yeah, actually expanding the damage shields might work. I kinda need the draft. Another 6 damage shields. And then we get the burnout extension next turn. That is very likely to be okay. If we don't get the burnout extension, it might be a problem, but we do. Little Icarus just carrying this run. Killing everything. That is how it should be. Take another draft. This is... I'll take a Space Prism, I guess. I'm not entirely sure if that is good, but we want a unit, finally. Memorial Fund and Flicker Slicker. I'll take an early Memorial Fund. Umbra Banner, that seems reasonable. There is our value stone for the double stack Prismal Dust. Alloy Construct or Shadow Eater. We kinda want our floor clear to be Little Fade. Ideally we want our or everything clear to be Little Fade. But we can't guarantee that. I'm gonna go with an Alloy Construct as a supporting unit. Iceberg, huh? I think we just take the Rail Forger's Hammer. We are gonna be on 2 floors most likely. One is gonna be Little Fade, another one is gonna be feeding our construct. I feel pretty good about this run. This is probably the best Little Icarus start I've had so far. Taking out this frontliner. We won't be able to do much with the alloy construct yet. Might have been the wrong floor to play that on. Draft in the back will kill these units. Still no morsels yet. But Little Fade actually getting the harvests on everything is really, really good. We don't get the kill on the Trusted Priest. We can't even feed this lifesteal morsel to the alloy construct. We can take 5, 6 to you. That is something that is acceptable. Should we get 6 damage shield on her? Just to get 1 kill? No. No, I don't think we have to. Although we won't have fuel on the construct. You know what? That won't help, right? We can do this though. Let this get killed by the bomb, so we don't even have to deal with Ember Drain. I do think we have to use it. Yeah, we're kinda not quite getting enough morsels here. Oh, there would be oh, a train steward to reform. I was about to say, we didn't even draw into our final draft yet. And this should just win, right? Burnout 4. Burnout 4 might not be enough with the damage shield on Daedalus. It is. We have 190 damage on her. She's such a beast. Weakless Recruitment, Sacrificial Resurrection, and Waxen Spike. Huh. I think it's Zachras. Trying to get as many of these annoying deadweights out of our deck for a fight. Overgorge or Morsel Master could both be amazing essences for the Alloy Construct. Alloy Construct is our backup plan. Maybe Overgorger is our backup plan. Yeah, we put the Alloy Construct into the Overgorger, right? Overgorger gives us more health, less attack. Kinda want Morsel Master, to be honest. We can pick up some Morsel generation, right? I believe in it. We definitely take draw. Do we take spell upgrades here? And removals. I really want removals. Train stewards are pretty bad. Other than that, it's not that critical. We have spell upgrades and removals again, but the Merchant of Steel comes with a Hersel's Horde. Fine then. Let's see what we have. Holdover again. Well, I think we keep Little Icarus going. When we can get so many slays with her, that's just worth. Right, the holdover. We've seen that before. Wickless Baron, Wickless Tycoon. I wouldn't mind a Wickless Baron with just a draft fused into it. But that might be too much fusing. I think I want to stay relatively low on shards. Maybe just pick up a Wickless Tycoon and make some money off of the kills that Little Fake gets us. Without really fusing stuff too much. Do we want this? I think we do. Holdover could go on Perils of Production. That would set us up for a future Ember Drain plan. So we can pick up pretty much any Ember Drain card we see. Cost reduction on the Prismal Dust seems necessary. We can't use this. Do we reroll? No, I think we save the money. go for unit upgrades next floor. Okay, this is by far the most promising run. Haste. And +6 attack. And we don't have quite enough spikes to deal with the Clip Guardian. I want the money, but this is dangerous. We do have Golden Vault. That just means we can sacrifice the money again. This kills you, and you would shred the Wickless Tycoon. Well, we have to start with this. And then the Wickless Tycoon goes on the top. What if we throw a Draft in? What if we put a Draft in the front so Little Fate actually takes down the most dangerous unit instead? Can we get the Quill Marksman by putting... No. No, we can't. But it definitely is draft from front, so we get rid of the Quill Marksman here. That leaves the hip for 16. Now we don't have guaranteed Little Fate reform anymore. Six health is not enough, but this guy was never going to die anyways. So we just take the 4 hits to you? Ouch! No, we don't. No, that's still... we also need a morsel in between. So we can get the damage shield off. This fight is going very, very bad. Yep, we failed to reform Little Fate, so now we're in trouble. These Quill Marksmen are... Oof. How much damage can we do to this Clip Guardian? Why do all of these Clip Conduits have to be upgraded? Uh-oh. You hit, kill something. You hit, kill 2 things. And then you hit, kill another thing, because nothing has 16 health. Yeah, we just can't get enough meat shields to actually do anything on this floor. We just have to take it. That's 2, 3, 4. That kills us. We are just dead to this wave. Even with Golden Vault, we can only absorb 5 hits to the Golden Vault, then we start taking damage. Although it will be some of the higher hits, like the Quill Marksman's 21. Okay, so all of these attack us. And then we attack back, we take 2 damage. You survive, you survive. We take another 28, so that's 30 damage. And then you survive long enough to actually hit us 2 more times. 3 more times and we're dead. This is ridiculous. It's just those dead weights. If we had a damage shield, one of the Prismal Dusts, in our first 2 hands, we would have been fine here. We need to hold over the Wicked Blaze. We need to be able to reform Little Fate consistently. And I still think we want to take out the Quill Marksman. Maybe not. Do we play you here? I don't think so. I think we play you on top. Despite the Ember Drain, maybe I should have played the... Yeah, I definitely should have played the draft there as well. I think we want the attack growth on the draft and reform Little Fate normally. Yeah, holding over the Wicker Blaze made all the difference. And by that I mean it made some difference. That is probably the best we can do here. Do we want the draft to burn out? Somewhat. Could prevent it. We still have enough reforms that I think it's worth getting that to burn out. Lost a little bit of money there. That doesn't quite kill you, is the problem. If we were to hit you with Little Fate instead, that would make it. But for that we would need to absorb both hits. We can absorb both hits. Can we instead kill you with a draft? No, we are 1 damage short. No, we can kill you with a draft. The difference is because of the recover. So we only take the clip conduits damage. If we put you in front instead, we would hit the clip guardian with... If we put both in front, we would hit the clip guardian with Little Fate, and then we would also, well, the clip shaman as well. But Little Fate wouldn't die. I think Little Fate dying is actually more important here. What if we blocked 1 hit with the Rubble Morsel? No, that would be the worst result. We're still alive. Still somewhat alive. I should have played the primitive molds first, because now they have more trash they can reform instead. I should have put that on the top for money. Maybe we are just okay here. I didn't feed anything to my alternative plan. Ah, we died to burnout. That's fine. Spike's 103. We're getting close to where we want to be. Votivari, resin removal and fatal melting. Votivari could sometimes be quite useful to determine what is supposed to hit Little Fate. Resin removal could also be useful. I'm gonna take that actually. Void binding, that's what I wanted. Prison retrieval isn't bad. Could fetch a draft and give it some attack buffs as well. Mold braces. That might help. As good as that seems, we are barely feeding this. Let's take a look at this. Pillar of Light. Nexus Spike. Can we put X cost spells into the Nexus Spike? I don't think we can. Purchase spell, create 3 copies with unhinged power. That wouldn't be bad on a Shade Splitter. Or would it? Might be pretty bad still. Does not affect bosses, has consume, casts both spells on the same target. If I knew we could target Prismal Dusts, well, I think we can check. Yeah, I can cast X costs, I figured. Select a spell to infuse, the spell will remain in your deck. Void Binding and Perils of Production? That might just be good. If we don't already have the Perils of Production with Holdover, we are Ember Drained though. Phew. That is a tough run. We can always have the Perils of the production in our opening hand now. Do I want Spell Chain on this? I think so. I don't think I'm gonna get this Overgorger somewhere where it matters. Do we get the draft into the Wickless Tycoon? Yeah, I think so. I think that's what we do. We completely abandon our alternate plan here. It's the first time I cut a shard upgraded unit that I really specifically built for that purpose. Just like that. Whew, at this point we need more removal. The armor 15. Think we should be fine. Do you survive? That's 14 plus 8, 22. You do survive to get some hits off. I'm not gonna play this Train Steel out. That might very easily ruin my reforms. Right now we die to the Clip Guardian. I don't want that. But we can play this first. We keep this in the deck. No reform this turn. Don't want to lose any of these. Oh, finally the wicker blaze. This is only gonna kill a single unit. Like this, it's gonna kill 3 instead. That's much better. We do hold this over, right? And I think we purge this. Well, purge. Consume it. We bring Little Faye back again. She's gonna die again. This guy doesn't actually die. Can we change that? It's 130. We can change it. And then do we survive this wave? Do we wanna survive this wave? I think we do. We have 15 damage shields. Bring the Tycoon back. Let's remove the spikes so we can keep more damage shield. You are gonna kill yourself on the spikes really, really quickly. Actually, a single flurry of you will deal 8 times 100. Yeah, that's a bit over 1,000 damage to you. And you have a bit over 1,000 health. 12 damage shield is enough to survive, so yeah. I think that just works. Just using this to generate 5 gold. I'm also getting these back. This one will get eaten instead. This one can be here. There we go. Can we actually get a kill on you as well? Damage shield 2, no. What happens if we apply damage shield 2 to you? That still works. But we get the kills on the other 2 units as well, giving us money and harvests. "19 times 8. We buffed this guy quite a bit. We're really pushing it with Little Fate here. Do I want another Wicked Blaze? Another targeted reform, just in case we draw our main one late. Could be good. We don't want any of these. Spell upgrades again. Nexus Spike could use a cost reduction. Void Binding a double stack. What relics do we really benefit from? Cheater's Hand could be okay. Conscription Notice, maybe. Anything money related would be nice, but yeah. I think we're just better off not spending our money too much right now. Combustible Wax. I wonder. That could be bad in this deck, to be honest. That could really easily hurt us. But it could also be really good, depending on how reliable we can get the damage shields. Okay, I think I'll take it. Permafrost. That goes on Sacres, I think. Does Sacres really matter? I think we want it. Nexus Spike really wants a cost reduction. We don't have damage spells, so the middle option is not useful for us. We don't want to consume remove any of these cards. Void Binding gets a cost reduction now. And I think we start purging some more stuff. Actually. Yeah, no, Train Stewards. Train Stewards are priority. These get in the way. One more purge. I do want to go to the right side here. So I think one more purge is okay. Final Train Steward. Get that out of here. Rage fell. I think we're okay against you. Well, our spike's at 157. Almost enough to take down this Clip Guardian. But we're gonna get hit by the Alabaster statue anyways. If Fell moves up with us, that might be a bit annoying. I think we should get the damage in against the Clip Guardian when we can. But that also has the danger of us not drawing into a reform. I don't think we need these anymore. No reform. So it's gonna be really hard to get this Clip Guardian down. I'm not holding over the Ember Drain. Now I wish I had held it over because we have to do this. Luckily, as soon as Little Fate dies, we will be done with Ember Drain. Which is also the same time where we need to actually get back to reforming. Because once Little Fate does not... As long as Little Fate does not die, we don't have to reform. And once she does die, we can play reform spells again. But we can't hold over our targeted one. So I guess that's the big issue here. Yeah, that's a big issue. That is a really big issue. I should have made that 0 cost with the value stone, but I cost reduced it before I had the chance to do so. Maybe we wanna... Actually, why don't we put Little Fate up here? Get rid of the statue. And then we're better... Actually on the top floor, right? Set all this stuff up on the top floor instead. That is much, much better. Get rid of the statue already. So we don't have to do so later. There's our Wicked Blaze. Nexus Spike. Twice. For some damage shield. And I think this will just do it now. Because now we do have the perils. Everything dies here, that is fine. We do need to hold over this. Our top floor burned out, but just little fade should be enough. We don't even need the damage shields yet. Now we kinda do. Because little fade being on 1 is a problem. Now we just try to keep the damage shields up, I guess. Bring you back for some harvests. Keep the Sacres for a better turn, maybe. And I think we cycle that. Get the burnout up. We're now just doing damage shields. $196 spikes. We have enough spikes already to kill a non-enhanced Gilded Wing. That is pretty neat. A sacrificial resurrection didn't really matter. Now would be the time to play it, but now we don't need it anymore. Sacrifice forever consumed intent on death. That's just a 90 damage spell that could help us kill like Shard upgraded Gilded Wings, but I think we're better off just not picking it. And we keep going with draw. That's what we need the most. We also need removals and we also need relics. Relics maybe not as much. Cleansing water, that could be helpful. Somewhat helpful. The stealth, clearing the stealth, yeah. Clearing the stealth could matter. In the divinity fight. Only there, pretty much. And Little Icarus with 4 attack and spikes permanently. It's become a bit better with 1 additional combat. So the scaling matters more. Wildwood Tome is actually really good. One Horn's Tome is not terrible either. I'll go with a Wildwood Tome. Little Fade wields quick pretty well. Let's get some more removals. Shade Splitters are useless. Yeah, they are the worst thing right now we have in our deck. Dupe the Nexus Spike? No. No. We have an even better card to dupe. Nexus Spike is okay, but what we really care about are these things. 2 times X plus 4, yeah. 2 times X plus 4 is a lot of damage shield. Armor Emblem. Enemy units enter with armor 20. I don't think that will push them over the Little Fade limit. We have Wicker Blaze in our opening hand, so yay. The Wickless Draft will die. Or is it the Draftless Tycoon that will die? Well, I guess they shouldn't be draftless if they don't want to die. Shade Splitter. I think we just get the Collector on the top floor with Little Fade. That's a Slay as well. And I think now that we have all these damage shields, We just keep Little Fate there. Let's also get the Tycoon ready. And then we just work on keeping these damage shields up. I hope we can keep them up. There are certain enemies here that really don't like damage shields. But I think we'll be fine. We do have a pretty large selection of things that help us keep damage shield up. Nope, we're not using that right now. Do you survive? You do. That is also probably the best sacrifice we're gonna get. $19 damage shield, yeah. That is not gonna be close. 25 damage shield. We can keep stacking up more of those. There we go. I think we've slain pretty much... We've slain about 95% of the units in this run with Little Fate, which is pretty amazing. Gem Trove is too expensive for just 1 damage shield. Removals or dupes? Unit upgrades or spell upgrades? I think spell upgrades and removals. This deck is just Little Fate, the rest is just for show. Fate's First Blade. That will grant us Rage on Little Fate. Dazed is actually a downside, we don't want Faulty Loader here. This is the first run where I can confidently say I don't want Faulty Loader. I'll take Precious Plating. Actually, shouldn't have taken it. Golden Vault would have protected us more than the Precious Plating. I will take Chain of Gems. Chain of Gems is amazing. Super amazing. That is probably about the best relic we could have found. Extreme Stone, useless. Purge Stone. We're at 170 shards, so we don't really need to pick up more. Hold over the Void Binding. Just to have one more source of damage shield every turn for guaranteed. Yes. I am gonna double cost reduce this wicker. No. No, I really shouldn't. There was the double stack. I didn't want to take the risk and not find it when I could have holdover. I would have preferred the double stack, but just slightly. I think at this point it's just removals actually. Shouldn't have rerolled here. Although we could keep some money as a defensive layer. But I think, well, we gain some money in these fights. Not a bad amount even. So I think just getting the consistency, then getting our money back up in Seraph fight. The Seraph fight, that might matter more overall. If we put you down here, you will survive. Guess we put you on this floor. Do think it's a bit too early for the Prismal Dusts. Do want to get the money from the harvest, because that still matters to us. But let's purge these annoying things off of Seraph. And we don't want to create too many damage shields yet. Everything dies here. We don't get the Slay on the Light Wings in the back. Now we do. And then we reform you next turn. Reset your burnout before we then start to apply damage shields. Didn't we remove all the Shade Splitters? Apparently we missed one. That's damage shield 2. We need a bit more than that. Luckily we have Nexus Spike. I think it's about time to go with full damage shield and burnout strats. Although maybe that was a bit too early. We don't want to hold this over. Actually, let's make a big draft instead of using that one as well. Thanks to the Chain of Gems, it's really not a big deal if we drop Little Fate a few times here. Yeah, I think we actually just keep her going a bit. No. 18 damage shield, that's just too juicy. Especially when we have things like this to keep it up as well. Everyone has damage shields here. That might be helpful. Let's keep this around and remove the other cards, so we draw into our damage shield cards more quickly. That is final wave. So next turn will be the final turn, so we double Prismal Dust now. 24 damage shields. You're attacking 5 times a turn. You need to take about 6 hits? 7 hits to die. So yeah, 21 damage shield is more than enough. Little Fate is just the meat grinder where enemies walk into it willingly. Do absolutely nothing to it and get destroyed. I think we start out on the bottom floor, taking down some of these guys. Taking out all of these guys. It's not the holdover one, we don't have to play it. Now we're back to absorbing 10 hits. No reform this turn, that is fine. We can just skip a turn. Doesn't matter. We can skip 2 turns, of course, but that is not the issue here. Should have played primitive mode first again. Do want to make her quick. We leave this guy alive. Yeah, that's okay. This time we do it the correct order. In the correct order this time. You suck. What happens if we body block with you? Then these guys die, then you are annoying. You are not quick or anything. Might as well play this, right? Can't play this draft. And now we move on to the top floor. This kind of floor mobility is very powerful. Shouldn't purge that, or should we? I think we can. We only play one of these. Save the other for later. That's gonna be enough. You have stealth. We just tank you with the money we have. Let's make sure to generate more of that sweet, sweet money. And while we're at it, generate some boss damage as well. That guy actually drained our bank. Wow. Not actually that surprising, but I'm a bit shocked at how hard it hit. We need to get the stealth off. We don't need the reform anymore, or at least not for a while. We do, however, need these things. Do we want some? No. We'll reform you later. And this 26 damage shield, that should last for a while. Good thing we did clear your stealth, so we can actually hit you after you hit us. And get some burnout. Let's bring someone back. That one will survive thanks to the damage shields. This is not the end. You know, it kinda looks like the end. Kinda looks like the end for you, Divinity. How does it feel losing to a little wax girl that is very spiky and very well protected? Yep, Little Icarus is still strong. But you need to focus very hard on her surviving and killing stuff above all else. And then she can really go off. Nexus Bike Master, right? Okay. Weakless Tycoon and Little Fade. Coins earned, new record. I thought something like damage shield or slay triggers or something like that, but nope. Coins earned. Okay. Ah, Leary 93. You were a very worthy opponent back in the beta. Isn't playing this game anymore, I think. Yeah. That is one big little fate. One spiky girl. We got there. Feels appropriate to beat this with spikes. One HP instantly dies if you deal damage to her, but you can't ever damage her. That's right. And you instantly die if you deal damage to her as well. Unless you're like a boss. Did take some damage in the Last Divinity fight there. Because of these nasty mini-bosses with their stealth. And we didn't have the cleansing water trigger on either one. One we could do ourselves, luckily. I'm pretty happy I picked up the resin removal. But I think we would have been okay without it. Although we would have gone very low there. I think we would have taken another like 36 or 48 damage to that remaining boss. I think they had 12 attack. 12 attack, sweep. Anyways, I'm glad to finally be done with this challenge, because this one is a hard one.